Johanna.
Gear up for equality virtual run? Wow. Babe, you tahu tak apa tu virtual run?
Tahu, virtual run ni dia satu event yang berkonsepkan perlumbaan. So, you boleh berlari, you boleh mendaki, you boleh berjalan pun dekat mana-mana lokasi yang you nak. So, dulu waktu kita PKP, event ni popular lah. Tapi you jangan risau sebab event ni pun masih lagi ada. Contoh macam Gear Up for Equality Virtual Run.
Oh, I tahu event tu. Dia start 1 sampai 12 Julai and paling best I tengok dia punya running skit. You tengok ada medal, ada shoe bag yang paling best limited edition t-shirt untuk lelaki dan perempuan.
Betul. Event ni pun lagi best sebab diorang ada collaborate dengan satu Gear Up store ni. Satu jenama baru yang sampai kat Malaysia hari tu. And I have tried one baju diorang, kasut diorang and sangat best. You should have one.
Wih, macam seronok kan? Jom kita join. Promo code tu tak ada cerita lah.
Yang tu lah cerita.
So kita dah lari bila ni?
Good evening and good day to everyone, all the Facebook friends. So again, it's a Wednesday, our MCN GIS event. Today is a GIS761. So what is our topic today? I think this is a hot topic for today because this evening, our government just announced increased OPR. So is how much do you know about OPR and how will it affect you? Again, I'm introduce myself first. I'm Jocelyn, one of the member in the MCN company. So before we start the event and invite our speaker, let us do some disclaimer first. So we are not the investment guru and not selling. You can just sit back and relax it. And you have to, and our sharing is just only experience. It's not the investment advisor or recommendation. So you have to do your responsibility for your own investment. So this is beware of scam. Our MCN won't send any private message to you. So if let's say you receive any message, please report to our officer Mass Capital Management Facebook page. So we will assist you on that. Okay, let us introduce our MCM about MCM Capital Management. Our MCM is established since 2012, and we do global project presents in more than 10 countries, and we also get multi-award project management consultancy and advisory firm because behind our MCM is have a professional team assist us to do all the due diligence about our project. Okay, let us go through our global video, our MCN global video. Okay, before I invite our presenter, our speaker today, let us ask our Facebook friends. So, do you know what is a OPR? If let's say you choose A is yes, B is no, you can just write your answer in our Facebook chat room. So, I want to know is our Facebook friend is know what is a OPR or not, and how the OPR can affect us. Is it any friends reply in the Facebook? So do you know what is a OPR? You can just put your answer in the chat room. A is yes, B is no. So how do you think the OPRs is affect in our lifestyle or our uh, everything? No, here have the answer is no. Anything, anyone answer? Yeah, Suri is answer yeah. A, sure you know that. So anyone again? Okay, now let us invite our speaker today, Jonathan. Okay, let me introduce Jonathan Ng. Is mortgage loan specialist from Smart Choice Solutions, and his past year experience is 16 years in mortgage loan and financial service industry. Former banker in HSBC, UOB, Allianz Bank, Affin Bank, and RHB Bank. Wow, so many banks. And his key to success is we can't promise to fix all your problems, but we can promise that you won't have to face them alone. Okay, let me pass the floor to our speaker today, Jonathan. I stop sharing.
Hi, Jocelyn. Hi.
Yeah. So now I pass the floor to you, Jonathan.
Okay.
You can share your screen.
Okay, thank you, Jocelyn.
Mm.
Okay, I believe everyone can see my slide here, right? Okay. Thank you, Jocelyn, and good evening for all the ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so tonight, actually, I'm going to share with you one of the hottest topic in the town. So what is the OPR? What is the overnight policy rate? And what is the floating rate? And what is the consequences brought to us if the OPR increase or reduce? Okay, so OPR, overnight policy rate, is actually an interest rate set by our central bank, which is the Bank Negara Malaysia. It is used to set the interest paid by the bank when they lending money to each other. Okay, before I elaborate further, so let us understand how the bank earn money. Okay, a normal customer like us, they will deposit our extra cash on hand into the bank so we can earn some profit or earn some interest from the bank, right? Okay, then bank will use this money to lend out through a different method, such as credit card, personal loan, housing loan, car loan, SME loan, etc. Okay, in order to make sure that bank they can keep enough cash to cope with any emergency while lending out the money every day, Bank Negara actually they require all the bank, every bank you need to reserve a specific amount of cash every day. Okay, so and our current statutory reserve fund is 2%. So that means today, if this bank ABC they have 100 ringgit on hand, so it must deposit at least 2 ringgit to the Bank Negara as a reserve fund. Okay, and then they can only maximum borrow out the money 98 ringgit to the customer. So anyway, bank is very difficult to control how much cash you need to hold every day because sometimes it's also very difficult for the bank to control how much their customer want to withdraw from their account or they want to deposit the money in their account every day. Okay, so assuming that today this ABC bank they has insufficient fund, so what do they need to do? So they need to borrow the money from the other bank, which is the bank DEF, who have the extra cash. Okay, of course, bank DEF is definitely willing to borrow the money to the bank ABC, but they will also charge the bank ABC interest. And this interest bank DEF charging is what we call the OPR. Okay, so in simple terms, we can understand that actually OPR is actually the cost of financing when a bank they want to borrow the money from each other. Okay, and also bank will also formulate their own base rate and the BLR, as you can see from the table here. Okay, different bank, they'll have a different base rate and a different BLR. Okay, so bank will also formulate their own base rate and BLR using the cost. Okay, and then plus the profit they want to earn from the customer, then eventually it will finally become the floating interest, such as the BLR minus 2.4 or the BR plus 1.25, which we normally can see from our loan letter offer lah. Okay, so when talking about this floating rate, what is the floating rate? Okay, normally bank will use this kind of the floating rate to calculate our home loan interest and our business loan. Okay, so let's go back to the example just now. Assuming that the bank BLR is 5.4%, okay, and the base rate is 1.75% lah. Okay, if the bank, they want to earn the profit from the customer, they want to charge the customer minus 2.4% from the BLR, or they want to plus 1.25% from their BR. Okay, so they will become the effective rate 3%. So this will eventually charge on customer lah. Okay, so from here we need to understand that the bank profit, which is the 2.4 minus 2.4 and also the plus 1.25, is actually the fixed throughout the whole tenure. And their cost and the effective rate, they will be floating, subject to the Bank Negara adjust, increase in the OPR or reduce the OPR. Okay, so let's say today Bank Negara increase the OPR by 0.25%. So eventually, because the profit remain the same, but the effective rate charged on the customer in the end will be increased by 0.25 accordingly also. Okay, so how does the OPR affect us? Okay, let's look at this example here. Assuming that today we have a 500,000 loan and charging 4%, tenure for 30 years, and the installment is 2387. So if the Bank Negara announce a reduction of the OPR, okay, the interest will be reduced and the installment will be reduced also. So this is the most direct impact for us. But vice versa, if the Bank Negara increase the OPR, okay, the interest will be increased and our installment will be growing also. Okay, so however, the Bank Negara increase the OPR not only affect our money installment, but will also affect the interest we earn by depositing the money into the bank. For example, let's say today's the OPR just increased, and just now we already mentioned OPR will related to the bank cost. So bank cost will be increased also. So in order to avoid the situation, the bank, they want to borrow the money from other bank. So bank will, most of the time, they will do this kind of promotion. They will increase their deposit or their FD interest rate to attract more customer deposit money into their bank. Okay, so why does the Bank Negara need to adjust the OPR? Okay, so normally when the economic going downturn, the Bank Negara will reduce our OPR so that we can, it will be stimulate the economic activity in the market. For example, 2 years ago, when the outbreak of the COVID-19 and our MCO frozen the whole market, okay, this is our OPR movement in last 20 years, okay? As you can see here, when the COVID-19 happened at the beginning of the year 2020, our government announced our MCO 1.0. The Bank Negara reduced our OPR 4 times in a record-breaking 6 months. So this 1.75% OPR also recorded as our lowest OPR in last 20 years. Okay, because of the reduction of the OPR, our loan interest also reduced. So it will encourage more people to borrow money from the bank. And second, customer, because they need to pay lesser installment, so they will have more cash flow to spend. So they can increase the money they can spend every month. And third, because of the OPR reduced, the deposit interest also reduced. So now it will encourage a customer withdraw their money from the bank and choose other investment with a higher return. So that's why you can see in last two and a half years, the blooming and the growing of our stock market, the unit trust market, and also our property market. It's because of this one. Okay. So in general, when the OPR is reduced or lower, it's also a good deal for the customer who want to buy a house because they can using a lower price and lower interest rate to buy the house, and also for those house owner who are still paying for their mortgage loan. Okay, with the reduction of the OPR this reduction of OPR not only happened in Malaysia, but actually the whole world also lower down their interest rate. We expect with the lower interest rate, everyone will have more cash flow to spend, and then the businessmen, they can generate more income and they can generate more profit, so they can hire more people to expand their business. And eventually, it will help the whole economy to recover. But actually, in the same time, every country also trying their best to boost the money supply in the market. Every country's central bank also increase the money they're printing and giving the people the variety of subsidy. So in fact, after all this money, all this hot money pumped into the stock market, it seems that stock market, it really rebound after the COVID-19 hit. You see, actually, this is actually the reduce and actually a drop in the stock market, and it will rebound after all this money, hot money pumping. Okay, but is this economy, is our economy really recover because of this hot money pumping? Okay, let's look back what the outbreak of the COVID-19 did. During COVID-19, okay, the whole world locked down, and then we are facing a shortage of the manpower in our industry. So this industry have no choice but need to cut down their production. So also causing our supply also a problem. Okay, and then the Russia and the Ukraine war started at the beginning of this year. So Russia and the Ukraine are two of the largest oil and commodity supplier in the world. So they were also making the oil and the commodity price increase significantly. So when oil and commodity price increase, that means our logistic costs, our food costs, our material costs also need to increase. And then the US government unlimited printing their money since 2008, the subprime crisis until now. Okay, this also causing them having their historical high inflation rate at 8.6% as May 2022. So no choice, Federal Reserve announced they need to start increase their interest rate and taper. Even they want to do a hard landing in order to reduce their interest rate at any cost. So because of Federal Reserve aggressively increase their interest rate, so most of the foreign currency flow back to the US. So this will also indirectly making our ringgit Malaysia depreciated until 1 USD to 4.42 ringgit as of today. So when Malaysia ringgit depreciated, that means we need to spend more cost for those imported goods. Okay, assuming that initially the market have 100 people consumer, and then they are buying 100 units with 100 ringgit. So what is the price per unit? It's about 1 ringgit per unit. And then what will happen if the consumer in the market remain 100 people unchanged, but the commodity supply reduced to only 50 units? And also the money supply in the market increased to 200 ringgit. So the price per unit will go up to 4 ringgit per unit. And this is how our inflation look like. Okay, in order to solve this problem, our government also start doing their job. Okay, at the beginning of this 2022, we expect that actually Bank Negara, they will start adjust the OPR by 100 basis point, which means 1% between 2022 and 2023. But initially, we only expect this adjustment will only happen from the Q3 onward. But our Bank Negara suddenly give us a surprise and unexpectedly increased the OPR by 0.25 on May 2022. Okay, this is the first time the Bank Negara increased the OPR after we maintained the 1.75% for last 2.5 years. So as today, our Bank Negara just announced another 0.25% OPR increment for this month, July. And for the coming September and 2023, we believe that it will have more OPR increment happen soon. So all of our audience here, are you ready for paying those coming higher living costs? Okay, that's all for my sharing tonight. Let's pass the mic back to our moderator, Jocelyn, for the Q&A section.
Thanks, Jonathan. Your sharing is very informative for me. It's not only for what is a OPR, and also it's like the economy class for me already to understand all this, our economy from global. Okay, so Jonathan, you assist to share a while. So let me share my screen now. Okay, thanks your sharing. Okay, let me do a small advertisements before we go to the Q&A sections. So for all the Facebook friends who yet is our MCM member, so you are interested to know how to do a global investment strategy for real estate and business, then you can faster grab this book. It's just only 90 ringgit. You can go in our Facebook here, chat room, we already sharing the link. You can just purchase the book in our link. Next, this is our is already ongoing event. We already locked down some year and we never do any marathon physical run. So now we change the new norm, is a virtual run. So whoever is always do the exercise or jogging, then you must join this event. It's a 5 kilometer and 10 kilometer. You can this event is from July 1st of July until 31st of July. So whoever yet register and all the Facebook friend, you can just register this Gear Up for Equality run through our Facebook chat room link. So our members is already shared the link in our Facebook chat room. You all can just click in, or not, you can go to our Facebook, MCM Facebook, to register it. Again, it's like today, every Wednesday, we have many topic to sharing to our Facebook friend. So next Wednesday, we are pleasure to invite this speaker, Hazel Leong, to share with us how to target potential tenants. So whoever have a property investment, and then you would like to know how to target the potential tenant for your property, then you must attend this Facebook Live. So now it's a Q&A sections already. Let us invite our speaker, Jonathan, again. Hey, Jonathan.
Hello.
Okay, let me check the Facebook friends. See any questions from them to you. All the Facebook friends, if let's say you have any question regarding the OPR or regarding the loan, you can just put in the chat room here, so I can assist your questions to our speaker today, Jonathan. So if let's say you want to know how this OPR increased today and that affect us, then you can just put in the chat room for us. Faster us, there is a FOC Q&A sections now. Okay, here I have a questions from the audience. Jonathan, since we foresee our OPR interest and even our living expenses are increased, is there any advice or solution from you?
Yep. Actually, I got prepared something can share. So please allow me to share again.
Yeah. You can share the screen.
Okay, this is what we saw just now.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Chinese, we say 开源节流. Okay, so it means we need to increase the source of our income and reduce our expenditure. So when talking about this kind of increasing the source of the income, the first thing we need to do is actually we need to diversify our investment portfolio. And yes, this is something very old-fashioned, but it really works. Okay, because you see, some people ask me, okay, hey, Jonathan, the market out there is so bad now, and you still ask us to go invest. Are you sure? Yes, it is. I agree with you. The market out there is very volatile, as you can see from the chat here. The example here. Okay, for example, this stock market Okay, you can see from the last 1 year is very volatile, up and down, up and down. And if you compare to the last 10-year, our stock market, the graph, okay, this is definitely a very volatile. Okay, so it seems like we are facing another major recession after the COVID-19 2020 crisis. Okay, but if you are really an investor, so what will you do if you have a time machine which allow you to travel back to the year 2020 after the market collapsed at the point? So if you can go back to the year 2020, I believe that you will definitely all in whatever you have to buy all the share at this low price, and then you can sell it when it rebound, right?
Yes.
So let's look back to our current market at this moment. Okay, as you can see from here. Okay, does it look like it's another opportunity for you? Okay, so if you are, because I'm not expert in investing in the stock market lah. Okay, if you are really interested in investing in the stock market, you kindly look for an expert out there so they can guide you and give you more details of the instruction. And therefore, I just give you a reminder that you better get ready all your fund and now before the opportunity gone, because we don't know when the market will be rebound and when will be dropping again. So we just prepare everything in order. Okay. And some people also asking me that, how about those crypto currency market? You see, cryptocurrency, because I'm not so familiar, but I know Bitcoin lah. Okay. So you see, the Bitcoin is one of the largest cryptocurrency, and you can see because for me, I didn't really invest in the Bitcoin, because for me, Bitcoin to me, this is one of the highest risk investment. Okay, and look at the Bitcoin market. You can see from here, it's reducing. It's keep reducing from the historical high, which is the USD 60,000 during the November 2021. It start reduce from the November until now. Keep reducing. Today, the price is about only 19,000 USD. Reduced from 60 to 90. Is it very volatile? So if you are really a risk taker, so please make your own decision for the cryptocurrency market. Okay. So some people also, we always heard about the people during the recession, economic bad time, we go buy the gold. The gold is very stable. Okay. So let us look and compare the gold market. Okay, you can see actually the gold market performer in last 1 year is quite up and down also. And if you compare to last 3 years, which is during the COVID happened, and year 2020 until now, this is the performance for the gold. So okay, then we can come to our Malaysia local property market. So okay, you can see from the price, our property market is also reducing since about year 2012 until now. So from year 2012, the price start reducing until today. Okay, this is one of the reasons why a lot of my customers saying that, hey, you see my property, I bought it about 5 years, 6 years ago, especially for those property bought about on year 2015-16, and until now already after 5 years, definitely already out of the lock-in period, they want to do a refinancing, and then they find out the market value of their property not increased. So this is one of the reasons I'm showing here. But if you look at the property market compared to the other investment, the property market they already after we go through the COVID-19, it already come almost to the bottom already. And if you compare to the last 25 years, okay, this before year 2000 definitely, because this one is because of our 1997 financial crisis. So definitely the property price dropped to the bottom and then we rebound, especially during the year 2000. You can see how much it rebound, and then after that we keep the market price quite maintained and growing continuously. Okay, so the property price in Malaysia is quite, I would say, is quite stable. And because of, you see, just now we're talking about the Federal Reserve, okay, the US market collapsed because of the Federal Reserve aggressively increased their interest rate. And then when the Euro market also affected by the Russia and the Ukraine war, and then also when China market also suffering themselves because of the COVID. So all those hot money, initially they invest in those markets, they come out. And then where the money go? So it's having a very high chances, those hot money, they are flow into the Southeast Asia market now. So compared to the other Southeast Asia country, Malaysia property price are still considered relatively lower. So this factor will also help our Malaysia property price to boost up their market value in future. Okay, so we already talked about the investment. Okay, then let's move forward and come to the reduce the expenditure part. Okay, in my earlier sharing, we know that actually most of the loan in the market are using the floating interest rate, which will be affected by the Bank Negara OPR increment. So to avoid our installment going higher and higher, we encourage all the customer, you can convert your floating interest rate housing loan into this fixed interest rate housing loan. So you can lock your installment with a lower interest rate at this moment. Okay, so at last, no matter we need to get the fund to do the investment, or we want to convert our loan into the fixed interest rate loan, something you need to know, something you need to aware is the loan is not something you need tomorrow, and then today we quickly submit the application, then we will get it. Actually, loan application, we need to plan everything in the head. And for example, you may need 3 to 6 months the time to boost your bank statement transaction in order to make your financial profile look stronger. You may also need to discuss with your accountant how much you need to declare for your income tax. Not only 1 year, sometimes you need 2 years income tax to boost up your average income. And if you have some problem in your secrets or sit-offs, sometimes it will also take you up to 1 and 2 years to clear all those records. So the most important question you may need to ask yourself is, have you get ready? Have you planned ahead yourself before the opportunity turn up? Okay, Jocelyn?
Wow, it's a very good answer for us. So, okay, another question I'd like to ask. Since now, today afternoon, our government is announced to increase the OPR, then means our installment all increased, right? Then did all the bank will inform the loan clients?
Yes.
Or is it some bank that will just extend our tenure instead of increase our installment? Will this happens?
Okay, the bank standard procedure is they will increase the customer installment according to the interest increase adjustment now. Most of the time they will increase. So definitely the bank will send out the letter to inform their customer. Okay, because of OPR increase, then your new installment will be increased to certain amount, starting effect from maybe next month. Because we do the announcement for the OPR. Today is 6, right? 6th of July,
Yes,
right?
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the bank will need at least 1 month. They'll inform the customer 1 month in the head. So that means the new installment started will be maybe August, or even they will come to the September.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the
Means all the bank is the same now.
yeah, most of the time they will be sent. But one thing is, let's say the customer, they really cannot afford to pay for the extra installment. They can also walk into their home branch, their financial branch, the home branch, and request the bank to maintain their installment as the previous one. It means they don't want to increase their installment, but this one was subject to the bank approval lah. If the bank approve their request, their loan tenure will be extended accordingly.
Oh, okay. So means we also can another choice is request to extend our loan tenure instead of increase our installment. But
Yes.
it's more better we increase our installment than our loan is more faster to end to installments, right?
Yeah. Definitely. I just give you an example. Let's say your loan interest increased by 1%. If you don't want to increase your installment, you need to extend about 9 years of your loan tenure. If 1%.
Wow, 9 years.
9 years, yes.
So I don't need to retire again.
You mean your retirement plan need to extend another
again.
9 years?
Because for the bank is until maximum is 70. It means 9 years is 79.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so all the Facebook friends, you have to take note about this and then monitor your letter so don't miss out the installment. So if let's say you want to extend your loan tenure, then you need to, as like what Jonathan shared just now, go to bank and request it. Okay, thanks, Jonathan. So our time is end now. So let me check is any questions. Temporary. Like what Jonathan shared just now, go to bank and request. Okay, so thanks, Jonathan, sharing. Let me share my slide here. Okay, thanks for sharing today. Our event is end today. Let us go through our last video, then we will end our sharing. Again, thanks, Jonathan, your sharing today.
If you are looking to join a knowledge-driven investment community to learn solid investment knowledge with other like-minded investors, property investment life cycle, business investment life cycle, market industry outlook, insightful business innovation, global investment strategies, tax and legal related matters. Now you can access all this investment knowledge through our global investment seminars. Do like our Facebook page to find out more about our seminars. Our help desk ready to serve you. If you are